this path go to? Is it under the waterfall? There's save it here. Oh no, a dragon! The dragon turns its head to look at you. Its red eyes are clouded like dirty ice, and its sides heave with labored breaths. Frosty plumes jet beneath its teeth.
Leave now.
The only sound the dragon makes is a hoarse growl, but you hear it as clearly as if it were spoken language. The beast bares its teeth. I just want to look around.
I've no patience for trespassing vermin. Go, or I'll gnaw the living flesh from your bones.
It pulls its lips into a snarl. You see something femur-shaped stuck between its teeth. What's the problem exactly?
Consider it indigestion, and consider yourself lucky I've eaten.
A black rumbles up from the dragon's throat and reverberates in the ice under your feet. Did you eat Gator, the young man by the road?
Was that the rodent's name? I only know that he tasted mealy and lean.
The dragon probes the leg bone with its tongue. He came looking for his soul twin. What did that have to do with you?
Centuries I've lived. I won't share my soul with some mewling youth.
Wait, you're his soul twin? Why did you kill him?
While he lived, his suffering became mine. And as he drew closer, his weakness infected my essence. I can never be strong while a soul twin of mine lives.
I have always felt that if I had a soul twin, we would be good friends. I had not considered the advantages of being able to pummel them. I take it you've been through this before.
Since I was a worm, sudden fits of agony and terror would paralyze me. I was a prisoner to experiences that weren't mine.
Dragon's tail slowly coils and uncoils.
Eventually, I noticed something similar in my fellow hatchlings. I felt their cries and shrieks become mine as they nipped and flew at one another.
Go on.
I killed as many of the other hatchlings as I could. I felt their pain, but I also felt parts of their souls become mine.
Its slitted pupils widen at the memory.
I slaughtered and devoured, and the scent of blood drove my siblings into a frenzy. Our nest became a maelstrom of chaos as we fought, dying and feeding together. At last, only a handful of us were left. We were sickened by all we'd consumed and suffered.
The spines along its head flatten. What happened to the hatchlings that survived?
I eventually hunted down some of my missing siblings. Others returned to me in other skins and other lives, as that boy did.
Could you have grown stronger by uniting with your soul twins?
Remaining fettered to them, hoping they never think to turn on me.
Something churns noisily in the dragon's stomach.
As interesting as this conversation has been, I've had enough of it.
The dragon picks at its teeth with a claw and finally pops the leg bone free. It chews on the morsel, its eyes fixed on you. You'll gain nothing from my soul. Why don't you focus on your soul twins? It looks at you, still churning and splintering the bone between its teeth. Finally, it swallows the jagged mess.
Perhaps you're right. Yet what will you offer me if I let you go?
It lowers its head to peer at you. As a watcher, I could sever your connection with your soul twins.
Lies! You would make me vulnerable. How foolish I was to nearly fall for your tricks!
What have you got to lose by trusting me? Well, that didn't work.
You cannot venture forth while in combat.
Can't leave. Where'd they come from? I am not gonna survive this.
What?
Zawa is ready.
Your thoughts must be.
Jeez, one hit. Yeah.
I'm here. I fear we've lost the angry one.
Let's try that one again.
All right, then.
Leave. Now. I've no patience for trespassing vermin. Go, or I'll gnaw the living flesh. Careful. I killed the last wanderer I found in these parts. Was that the rodent's name? I only know that he tasted mealy and lean. I killed him with one swipe of my claws, while he stared at me with those vacant lamb's eyes. But his soul shared a connection with mine, one that left me strained, briefly. Didn't I? While he lived, his suffering became mine, and as he drew closer, his weakness infected my essence. I can never be strong while a soul twin of mine lives. Since I was a worm, sudden fits of agony and terror would paralyze me. I was a prisoner to experiences that weren't mine. Eventually, I noticed something similar in my fellow hatchlings. I felt their cries and shrieks. I don't waste my time with the mysteries of souls. What sunders them and how the turning of the wheel apportions them. I killed as many of the other hatchlings as I could. I felt their pain, but I also felt parts of their souls become mine. I slaughtered and devoured, and the scent of blood drove my siblings into a frenzy. Our nest became a maelstrom of chaos as we fought, dying and feeding together. At last, only a handful of us were left. We were sickened by all we'd consumed and suffered. Nor is it possible for most to feel the experiences of another so keenly. But it has always been this way with my soul twins. Our essence remains connected somehow. I eventually hunted down some of my missing siblings. Others returned to me in other skins and other lives, as that boy did.
Perhaps another of your soul twin has done the same one day. You may find yourself at the mercy of someone stronger.
As interesting as this conversation has been, I've had enough of it. Perhaps you're right. Yet what will you offer me if I let you go? What use do I have for kith trinkets? If you can offer me nothing better, then at least you'll satisfy.
How am I supposed to beat this?
Of course.
Leave. Now. I've no patience for trespass. Careful. I killed. Consider it indigestion. Was that the rodent's name? While he lived, I can never. Since I was eventually I noticed something similar in. I killed. At last, only a handful of us were left. We were sickened by all we'd consumed. I eventually hunted down some of my missing siblings. Others returned to me in other skins and other lives, as that boy. Indeed. As interesting as this conversation.
You won't even let me go. Alright. So we're not doing that now. And they wanted to adjust the difficulty. That was considered high level. Yeah, right. It would have been a one-hit kill. I don't know what they expect. If you're supposed to fight them or just come back later in the game. I don't know how it would be possible, even with pausing it and selecting spells for each attack, how it would work when you get hit once or twice and you're dead. Help him out.
Leave it to me! You're not getting through me. You're not getting through me.
Oe Ixiana.
Behind a frigid curtain of water is an alcove, its walls flecked with ice. In the middle, you see a rough stone pedestal, also glazed with ice from the falls. A cruciform hilt and a tapered blade protrude from the pedestal. Judging from the size of the hilt and the apparent length of the blade, you infer that it is an estuc. Examine the area. The alcove and the stone pedestal are little more than displaced, dilapidated ruins. Ice pries cracks in the stone and coats the slick floor. Estuc, but little of it you can see appears to be in better condition. Move in to pull the weapon from the stone. Who will go? Eder. Eder crosses under the falls, grasping beneath the cold water. Shivering breaths echo in the small chamber. Patterns of falling water flicker across the blade as Eder approaches it. Eder grips the hilt. The hate, fear, and violence of a dozen mad, gibbering voices fills Eder's mind. Eder shudders through a wave of mental pain, struggling to hold the voices back. Grunts and cries of agony ring through the tiny space. Keep holding on. Eder maintains a tight grip on the sword, arms shaking with effort. Eventually, Eder regains a measure of focus through the clamoring voices. Yet, just as Eder's breathing steadies and the cacophony subsides, something pulls Eder's arm forward. It suddenly looks as if Eder is holding a heavy and painful burden. Eder could probably pull the estuc free, but it will be taxing without careful effort. Dexterity, intellect, fan of flames. Draw the estuc from the stone. He rips it from the stone in a display of brute strength. The blade rings with the force of the effort, might 16. Yet when Eder tries to release the weapon, it remains stuck in Eder's fingers. Something within the weapon grasps at Eder's soul, binding to it. Some kind of writing glows from the blade. The Gray Sleeper. This estuc has a smooth, sturdy blade that tapers to a needle-sharp point. The groans of a dozen tortured souls ring from the mental binding the weapon to the hand of its wielder. For so long as the curse persists, a few verses are etched along the blade. A new verse appeared when the blade was drawn from its pedestal. He's stuck with this? I mean, it's better, maybe? Not be unequipped. It's two-handed. He doesn't get armor. Okay. We are going to camp. See what this is.
I can do that. That's settled. I could go for some shut-eye about now.
Good, because we can camp right now. I'll take that one. So that was everything on the map. We have this dragon to deal with. So we can talk to the dragon, it's just I can't defeat him. Let's go north. This is a large map.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
Fear no one! The stench!
Behind us!
Oh, shh. Thought he was gonna talk with me.
All
Back
right
up.
then.
Leave it to me!
My mind feels sharp as steel.
Perfect!
Ulu Sen!
Of course.
Step lightly.
Leave it!
Not getting from me.
Is that it? Oh, there's an exit up here. I missed it.
A simple test. I can do that. That's settled.
Knew it. I knew there was going to be a trap. Spell tongue. One-handed rapier. Deflection bracers. Might come back for that camping supply. If I remember it. Same ones. What about that sword? Where'd that go? There. What's the best sword we have? Purgatory. And that has -4 accuracy. It'd be better if it didn't have that.